What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the E36 again. We have a jam-packed next few weeks getting things ready. We've got 5 weeks to get this thing running, driving and on the dyno ready to be drifted. So right now I've got to put all the rear diff in and subframe and everything ready to measure it up and get a drive shaft made. So what I'm going to do is strip this completely down piece by piece. Put it into the back of my ute because we're going to take it to work tomorrow and degrease and clean everything. I've got a pressure washer there. So then we're going to bring it back, put all new bushes in it, brace it, put it back together, put the diff in, brace the front diff bolt because E36s with higher horsepower have a tendency to break the front diff bolt. So I'm going to brace that. Then we also have to reinforce the E36 subframe bush, like where they mount, and get this thing back in. So we have had a jam-packed next few days, but I'm super excited because this is a big step that we're going to get knocked out super fast. So let's get it. Yo! Just burning out the bushes. Easiest way to do it is to heat up right around the outside until it kind of melts and oozes out, and bash it with a hammer and then it drops straight out. Alright, everything's cleaned up and ready for the new bushes. So I obviously knocked out the subframe bushes. That's super easy. These trailing arm bushes are a little bit harder, but what I did was just get a hole saw and drilled the whole center out. Then got a cold chisel and a hammer and knocked the outside in, and they just kind of wiggle themselves out and you just knock them out. So pretty much ready for the new bushes. And I got these Condor Speed Shop subframe bushes. They look good. And I got these Garagistics offset bushes. So what happens when we lower the car E36 really low, they get mad toe out, and the factory settings just don't allow for like any amount of toe adjustment or toe in. So you get these offset ones, which allows you to have a little bit more toe in and just kind of fixes all the problems. Now all the bushes are in, they look good, pretty easy to install. So I'm going to chuck everything back together. Parts are everywhere, but I'm going to chuck it all back together and then I can start pulling the diff out of the back of the E36. Got the new subframe all put together. It looks absolutely amazing. The color on those lower control arms looks sick. So now we're just taking all this old subframe out. I'm pretty much ready just to unbolt the subframe and drop it out. So I'm going to quickly do that, then we can get to welding the reinforcements onto the chassis. Finally got the old subframe out, so I'm going to quickly give it a clean up under there and then start prepping for welding those chassis plates in. Alright, so you can see how I've just stitched around the plate and those holes. They come up fine, and then you just kind of grind them back flat. Also did the rear trailing arm pockets on both sides. So I'm just going to quickly finish cleaning them all up, and then I can put all the studs back in, and well, we'll give it a paint first, make sure it doesn't rust, and then we're pretty much ready for the subframe. Alrighty guys, so I just found a little problem with these Condor Speed Shop bushes. This inside sleeve is protruding out the bottom slightly. It's hard up against the top. It's on both sides. I've tried pushing it up and I've dropped the subframe and pushed them back in, and it just does the same thing as soon as you jack it up. So basically what it's doing is sticking out the bottom. So when you put the washer on the bottom, there's a nice gap, which means when you bolt it up, the subframe can basically slide up and down slightly. So I'm going to have to pull it all apart, take these sleeves out on both sides and kind of like grind them down just so they're flush, so it can be all tightened up properly. Alrighty guys, so that's going to be it for today. As you can see in the background, wheels are on and car is back on the ground. So that's super exciting. I put the diff in and I got it to measurement. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to shoot my 2 tail shafts down to the joint that makes them. And I'll give them the measurement and they're going to make that up. So that should be done in a couple of weeks. What else am I going to do? I've got to pull the diff out when I put the tail shaft in and check the welds, because I don't know the history of who welded it. So I want to check that, make sure that's going to be strong enough. I also made up this cool little oil filter relocation bracket off the chassis. AN lines are going to go down there to the AN fittings on the sump, and I'm going to sheath it with like a heat protective wrap. So I'm not going to have to worry about, it's probably 75mm off the headers, so I'm not going to have to worry about heating issues there. And I also made up this diff brace bracket, whatever you want to call it. Front diff bolt goes through there and it kind of just bolts to the subframe. So made that up, 8mm steel, nice and strong. So I'm going to chuck that on at the same time I pull the diff out and put it back in. What else? Oh, I'm out of breath. Yeah, next video is going to be a sick one. I'm so keen. I'm not going to tell you what it is, it's top secret. But I'm going to have my buddy come out, he's going to give me a hand with some stuff, which will get the ball rolling. Once he comes out and gives me a hand with the top secret stuff that we're going to be doing to it, we'll be very close to starting it. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That'd mean the world to me. That'd be sick. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.